applause for Ryan Wibawa of Indonesia.
Hi, nice to meet you. Yes. Nice to meet you. Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Yes. Judges ready? Can I have my music, please?
Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling it right. Everybody will be dancing and be feeling it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling alright.
Time. Hi, good afternoon, judges. My name is Ryan Wibawa, and I'm from Indonesia. And I'm working at Starbucks Coffee Indonesia as a barista. It's an honor for me to stand here and serve you the coffee that I bring today. But as we know, Indonesia is one of the largest countries in Southeast Asia. And now, the coffee industry there is growing rapidly. It's shown by the higher consumption of coffee nowadays. So here I am, wants to share to you the new scene of coffee industry in Indonesia. Judges, during my first role as a barista, I start to realize that coffee is really unique. Different coffee will give you different tastes in terms of aroma, flavor, body, and acidity. We knew this based on sensory experience or cupping that we did. So, after those years of sensory experience, I start to questioning myself. What is exactly the component inside the green bean that makes the complexity of the aroma, flavor, body, and acidity? So through my coffee that I bring today, I make a small research. I call this reverse experiment. Judges, I will explain to you very shortly about reverse experiment. On your left side, there will be a booklet of my study. So today, I will bring Cero Azul Geisha. I chose this coffee not based on cupping, like usually I did, but like I said before, I make a small analysis by knowing how complexity and the component inside the coffee bean. So, this study called gas chromatography mass spectrometric. This study will know about the component inside the green bean. And then I found out three big components of green bean. First is carbohydrate. Second is protein. And the third is fatty acid. Judges, you may move to the next page on your booklet. Then you will find that coffee bean contain 50% of carbohydrate. So that's why when we drink coffee, we will feel energetic. It also contains sucrose, glucose, and fructose, which gives sweetness to your coffee, but it will decreasing during roasting process. Judges, you may move to the next page. Then you will find the second component of coffee bean. It's a protein. So coffee bean contain 8 to 12% of protein. It's like same protein in milk. It's a bonding component in coffee bean. And then, the lastly, is the most unique component in coffee bean, and you may turn the page. You will find it's a fatty acid. Why is unique? It's because even it's same varietals, same processing method, but different growing region, it will give you different amount of fatty acid. So I found out three big components of fatty acid. First is caproic acid. We found this in milk fat, in palm oil and coconut. So this will give a texture and mouthfeel to your coffee. Second is palmitic. It's the one that gives body to your coffee. And the last is alkosanoic. It's the one that gives a fruity and citrus flavor to your coffee. And sometimes we can feel like apple, orange in my coffee and in your coffee. So judges, this study gives me a make sense reason why when I cup geisha a few months ago, it gives me different experience in terms of aroma, flavor, body, and acidity. Judges, without further ado, I will serve to you a fully washed geisha from Finca Cero Azul. Here, I have prepared 15 grams of the fully washed geisha that I will brew with 220 grams of hot water. I'm using 88 degrees of Celsius for the water temperature. Why I choose this ratio and water temperature? Because it will give the best flavor to my coffee that you can taste later on. My brewing step I will pour 30 grams of hot water as a blooming step. Then hold until 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, I will pour 100 grams of hot water, then hold until 1 minute. After 1 minute, I will pour the rest of the water until 220 grams. My brewing time will be 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Judges, you may look at your right booklet, and then you may turn the page. Then you find the farm where my coffee is growing. My coffees come from Colombian country, from Trujillo region, Villa del Cauca. It's grown by Cafe Granja La Esperanza. They have a beautiful farm surrounded by pine tree, and there are 30,000 of geisha tree there. The elevation of my coffee is 1700 until 2000 meters above sea level, and the temperature there is around 15 to 21 degrees of Celsius. Thank you. So it will cool overnight. It will allow the coffee cherry to grow slowly, to gain more sweetness and complexity into your cup. Judges, I also impressed by how Cafe Granja La Esperanza focus on coffee quality. It's shown on their processing method. This coffee is using a fully washed process. So after coffee is ripe, it's being picked, screened, and sorted. After that, it will be transferred to the pulping process. On this step, Cafe Granja La Esperanza using no water because they want to reduce the water waste when the pulping process. After that, this coffee will be transferred for the fermentation process. It's also no water and air. It's called a traditional fermentation process. It will require 18 hours for the fermentation process. After the fermentation process, this coffee will be washed and take off the mucilage, then move to the drying process. In this process, Cafe Granja La Esperanza choose to mechanically drying process. Why? Because the unstable weather and climate there, and also to allow the Cafe Granja La Esperanza to control the temperature and air circulation. The temperature to dry this coffee is around 35 degrees to 45 degrees of Celsius. And to make the moisture inside the coffee bean become 10.5%. So judges, from that processing step, I found that Cafe Granja La Esperanza really focus on coffee quality. But the most amazing is they also focus on the environment by reducing the water waste. Judges, you may move to the next page. Thank you. Then you will find the tasting notes of my coffee. When you smell my coffee, you will find a black tea and jasmine. Then you may take a sip. At the first sip, you may find a pineapple acidity. And then you may take the second sip. You will find a black tea flavor with bergamot, with also pineapple acidity. At the third sip, which is the last, the most amazing, you may find the flavor will be balanced. Pineapple acidity, black tea, bergamot, with hints of jasmine and mint aftertaste. From my study, I found that alkosonic acid in my coffee is came from pineapple acidity. For the mouthfeel, you'll find a silky mouthfeel with a low body. I really love to enjoy this coffee. Even when my first time taste this coffee, it surprised me because of the taste. And even when it's cooled down, the flavor will be more clear, and you will find mango when the temperature is cooling down. Please enjoy, judges. So I will wait for you to serve. So for me, from this experience, I've realized that coffee is like never-ending exploration process. Like this moment, when I can share the information and the knowledge from me to you judges through my coffee and through this connection. But the most happiest thing for me is, as a barista, I can make happy my customer through my coffee. Please enjoy. Thank you. judges, hope you will find the tasting notes that I've mentioned before. I'm really happy to stand here and compete in this World Brewers Cup. This is my first time to compete in Brewers Cup, so I hope I give my best in this competition. So judges, I hope you enjoy my presentation, and also I hope you enjoy my coffee. Thank you. Time. Thank you so much.
Hello? Yes, there we are. We're back. Ryan,
Hi.
so how do you feel?
It's like a mix of happiness, excited, and feel of relief after this.
I can imagine you
Yeah.
feel quite relieved.
But-
Well, you finished comfortably within your 10-minute time limit.
Yes.
So that feels pretty nice, I
Yeah.
bet.
Sure.
Yeah. And tell me a bit about this coffee. How did you find this coffee?
Yeah, I found this coffee through I cupped some of geisha. Then I found that this coffee is really stand out. I mean, it's really balanced. It's really elegant. And then the most interesting is when I try this coffee, when the temperature is cooling down, it's getting better. So that's why it's really stand out.
That's great.
That's great, really great.
And so what kind of training regimen did you have preparing for today?
For preparing today competition, I prepare my routine and also prepare my coffee, practiced with my coach. It's so unbelievable experience for me to arrive here, stand in this stage. Amazing.
Yeah, I can imagine. Is it your
Yeah.
first time in Dublin?
Yeah, this is my first time.
Me as well. How do you like it so far?
Wow, the people is really friendly. I mean,
Yeah?
I've visited some coffee shop and they are really friendly. Nice city. Good. It's really great.
Excellent. Well,
Excellent.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully we'll be seeing more of you, yeah?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, yes, a big round of applause for Ryan Wibawa of Indonesia. All right, we're going to take a small break before our